Ladies and gentlemen,
gentlemen, there it is.
We are back.
Hello,
Tell
America.
the listeners around the globe, because we've been getting a lot of downloads
we have.
from around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Praise
that's
God.
pretty cool. Yeah. But we have a returning. This is our first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look how far we've come. Since,
Yeah.
Yay,
You're our
that's
first
awesome.
returning guest.
yeah.
Good deal.
So guys, if you don't recognize the voice, it is the one, the only.
Only.
Becky.
Yak.
Yackley.
Hey, where's that? Hey.
Hit the applause.
All right.
That's
Good.
Becky,
Welcome back.
welcome back.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you
Fun to
for
be
being
here.
How
back.
you've been?
Good. We've been
Okay.
busy and
Of course.
Good.
Yeah.
Productive busy.
productive
Yeah.
busy.
Productive busy.
Absolutely.
That's always
productive
good.
busy.
Yeah.
How's the show been going for you?
It's been going well. Like
Yeah.
She
it's
couldn't
NRA
even make it
show.
over here. Sorry to. She's like a superstar out here.
I mean, she is
she
a
had to.
superstar.
You're right.
There's a lot of people to chat with. I really like NRA because it seems much more relaxed than SHOT Show.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just a lot of people to see and talk to. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good.
So update us. How's life been treating you lately?
Yeah.
Been good.
Yeah.
Been good. Yeah. We're busy getting ready for spring, getting ready for matches for the year. My
Yeah.
youngest applied for the state patrol.
Let's go.
He's had his interview. He's just waiting to do the psych eval and
Let's go.
Some background stuff. And
So he's moving forward in that.
That's good.
So we're
That's good.
hopeful. We'll hopefully have a job offer there. That's
What about
exciting.
middle son, the gunsmith? How's he doing?
Sean is still doing his CNC machining program,
Let's go.
and but he's building all kinds of cool stuff. A Setney, I hope I said that right.
I don't
It's
e-
like
I
some
don't-
50s era battle rifle from Spain, but the guys from
Nice.
H&K are behind. Like it's there's always
Nice.
something that you walk in, you're like, what are you welding, Sean? What do you have 3D printed to press in the shop press?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
pretty cool.
How cool is that you can just do that these days?
Yeah.
Like, let me 3D print this idea I had.
I guess that's
Yeah.
a cool update. My son, a few weeks ago, was like, is there any way I can go to a school for like gunsmithing? And I was like, actually, yeah. So we connected with one of the schools that are here. And
Okay.
I signed him up yesterday, so at least he can get information. So
Yeah.
I might have a Yackley 2.0 in my
Gunsmith.
yeah,
Yeah.
gunsmith in my hey son, I need you to
Yeah.
give me some side serrations or something
Right.
in this thing.
It's helpful to have somebody that,
Yeah.
so we'll do a lot of the things in the guns ourselves. Like all of our shotguns, I've done the silicone carbide on the stocks, and Tim and I open the shotguns up a little more than the gunsmith will set them up.
Yep.
And we'll just kind of tweak things how we want them. But when there's things like, could you mill this?
Yeah.
I'd really
Yeah.
rather send it to Sean and say,
Yeah.
please get this in the mill and leveled and everything true and all that. So
Well, that's
Picture him
cool.
just standing in the garage going, all right,
Okay, Mom.
What are the specifications?
Yeah.
yeah.
You're grounded.
Yeah.
Until you do this.
He's 25. I'm
Yeah,
not proud of
yeah.
him, but
Well, then that's when you tell him, you gotta leave.
you need to leave.
they already live in a different house.
Oh,
So
man.
close. We'll find another
we'll find-
storyline.
yeah, yeah,
We'll find a
storyline.
storyline by the
Like-
end. So you said you're about to ramp back up on the competition stuff.
Yeah. So I spent the day before we got ready to come here, I spent doing paperwork for Greece, and I'm going to Poland for rifle.
I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, so shotgun. I'm on the USA ladies standard team
Yep.
for shotgun in Greece in September. So I finally bought my flight. Like all that kind of logistics. So a lot of logistics.
The next 6 months, it's fair to say you'll be stepping up practicing.
Busy, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now, in that time, will you be doing like sub competitions, gearing up for that big one?
yes.
Okay.
So we, in the past, the long gun competitions for international IPSC stuff, rifle and shotgun,
Yep.
we've not had qualifiers until last year. They've kind of taken certain matches that they know, or
Yeah.
it's been a little less structured. So now it's more structured on the USPSA, our region
Yep.
of IPSC. So it's more structured. So there's matches to go to qualify, and then there's matches like this year. They're holding several matches like warm-ups,
Yeah.
which is really nice to be able to have that. Sometimes it's like the gear you have, your gun, or the length of some your tube, or for pistol, it's like how far is it from your hip, or where your mag pouch is, or something like that. So having these like warm-up events are really beneficial, that you can get to them and not just get practice, but make sure your gear is where it needs to be. So
Yeah.
that you're not at the last minute going, I have to mount this magazine this much closer. Yeah.
Well, I do want to say this real quick.
Say it real quick.
The reel we did where you were showing us
Oh,
the
yeah,
outfit, that
Yeah.
got a lot of burn on
Yeah.
Instagram. Burn is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rob and I, when we were editing that, we just kept because we look like idiots.
yeah.
Because we just kept scrubbing the timeline. Like, because it was so simple.
So simple.
Yeah,
and I
it
think
was
if you've
super
never
simple.
seen that before, you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, everyone makes this into something much more difficult than it needs to be.
That was, yes.
We
said that with Gabby. She was saying about her teaching, like, just simple.
Simplify it.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Like, and
because-
also she met us where we were at. Look
Yeah.
at that. She kept it super simple. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it needed to be.
Right. Right.
Well, because we've had people, instructors down south in Florida, show us that technique, but it's not explained well.
Yeah.
And when you really dumbed it down for us, it was it. Because
But I think that like all of shooting can be kind of dumbed down when people
Yeah.
say like focus on the fundamentals, and then newer people are like, well, this guy's so experienced. Why is he saying that? Like,
Yeah.
because it really comes down to, like Rob Lethem would tell you, pull the trigger put the sights in the target and pull the trigger without moving them. It's that simple,
Right.
But all the little idiosyncrasies of how do you get there and make that happen at speed or under pressure, or in different circumstances.
That's what changes.
That's what changes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But when you focus on those very fundamental things that you have to do in order to accomplish the skill you're working
the
on.
micro behavior.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool. And it's, you say something a lot about golf that I think applies also to the firearms industry. It really is you against yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
if you get into a place where you're competing like you and your family, then it's where how good have you put yourself through the ringer to outshine the rest of the folks that are competing
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how I break it down in a nutshell, because I've been golfing with my best bud now. This is my second time golfing, and
If you want to call it that. No, he did all right. I'm giving him
I got an
credit. He
80
did.
on my second
He
time
did
golfing.
pretty
I've
good.
never
Yeah,
been
on
golfing.
one
I've
hole.
only done mini
We've
golf.
never seen it before. No.
That's awesome.
You've never been golfing.
Never been golfing.
Really?
So when I watch it, I'm like, okay, when people say like, this is like golf for shooters, or I'm always like,
It is really, there are a lot of parallels. I
Yes.
think you would enjoy that aspect of
Yeah.
it. Like,
Imagine she's just acing it.
yeah,
every
she
single
just
time.
goes crazy. Yeah. Look, she's like looking at the flag pin like this. She's like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
let me dial in my 9-iron. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, okay, so you are going to be doing a bunch of sub competitions.
a fair number for shotgun, but I can go outside in my range,
Practice.
like in the yard.
Yeah.
I can go right outside and practice. So I've been doing a lot of that, and then it's been pretty cold. Like we finally have spring,
Yeah.
but we had
God.
like 18 inches of snow in some places a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was nuts. So I've been doing a lot of loading practice for shotgun and like dry fire work. More, not necessarily dry firing the gun, but a lot of movement.
Yep.
And that I think
Yeah.
is beneficial, because if you get that stuff down, then you can just focus on the shooting when you're shooting.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that, like on my.
No, go
I'd
ahead.
love to see that, like
I'm
with
used
your
to it.
socials, like you
Yeah.
just how you're doing it, like at the
Yeah.
house, because
Yeah.
in my head I can visualize you going through the motions.
It's me moving everything out of the way so
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
like get in the camera. Like, oh, there's the pile of laundry that needs to be done.
Probably looks like the opposite of us breaching. Breach.
Oh, jeez.
So with the competition, are you like intentionally weighting it? I mean, like a scale weight, like towards the end of the year, or
A bit
is that
with
just
because
when
we
the
have
bigger
rifle qualifiers
competitions
this
happen to
year
be?
as well. So I'm trying to
Okay.
get a lot of rifle work in.
Okay.
But so for example, shotgun, the way I'm shooting shotgun, I'm shooting standard division, which means we have to load the gun.
Traditional.
Well, yeah, we're loading 4 shells at a time, quad loading.
Yeah, you know how to do that? Mm-hmm. Oh man, we gotta.
Duh.
I know.
Yeah.
Bro.
She's a superstar, brother.
Competitive shooter.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I can give you the lowdown on how to do it, like the best ways to learn it.
Okay.
But so I'll work on that. But you don't want to go and like wear out your wrists, your hand. You don't want to get like fatigued.
Yeah.
So I'll probably tailor that toward closer to the competition and just focus on like right now I'm focusing on a lot of movement, a lot of strength training, and that sort of thing.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Can you load it all in one go?
So when you if you look at my Instagram,
Yep.
I had some in my stories, but you basically grab 4 shells off
Yep.
your belt, and so as you grab them, your hand's kind of like this,
Yep.
and your thumb is on one set of shells, and then the other shells are kind of tucked under your fingers here.
That's you.
And then you slide the first ones in, and then you slide
Double
the second
back.
ones in. Yeah,
But quick though.
but quick. So
Yeah.
I'm loading 8 rounds in 3.5 seconds from the gun up to hopefully the gun up. And then I am at 4.5 for 12. I'm trying to get it down closer to 4, but I might do some more work in my shotgun. And
Yeah, that's next level. Yeah, that I can't even really.
I'm like at
I had
8
no
minutes.
reference for that. Yeah,
I'm like at 8
yeah.
minutes for one.
You got that thing, Kush?
It's German.
but competition shotguns are set up differently
Sure.
than your standard shotgun, right?
Yeah.
The loading ports open a lot further. Some people open their receiver up into where you can see the follower.
Yeah.
And some of the competition ones that are set up specifically for IPSC are much more forgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You go ahead.
No, that was. I just. I wanted to know as far as once you like get into the competition. I know we talked a little bit about it last time, but like, what just. I know you said the prep. Like, what do you do? Okay, you're at the you're in the competition. You know,
Okay.
like you get there. What's that look like?
So for like you're saying like a local one,
No, like when you
international
the
one?
international. Yeah.
So it's kind of, this will be my 12th or 13th maybe international. But so
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes into it that's really like logistics and planning. That's huge.
Yeah.
Because you'll see people that they don't have their permits in place, they didn't put their ammo on their permit, they didn't make sure the airline knew they were traveling with a gun, and that can just like you're not having a match then, you're not
getting
going.
there.
Look
Just
at
getting
that.
there is a
Yeah.
huge part of it. And then you try to set up things like, I want to go do a little warm up and practice work. Where am I going to go? Most matches are required to have a sight-in bay or a practice bay, like just so that you could function fire. They'll call it function fire. But those are often really limited and crowded, and the timeline's like condensed. So if you want to go do any actual work, you have to do the legwork of finding where can I actually go and do some training, some practice, because I probably haven't shot my gun for several days, and then you're going to try to get there early enough so that you can adjust to the time zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then once you get there, you've got your stuff together and you're there. Then you have to go. If it's rifle, we're zeroing and checking chrono data and all that. If it's shotgun, maybe you're just going to wait till a little closer to the match to just do a little warm up. But then you're going to go preview the stages. So an international, like a world competition, world shoot, there are 30 stages. So you do two short, or what? One long, 2 medium, 3 short a day for 5 days. So you do 30 stages.
Okay.
Wild.
Yeah, that's kind of. I was.
Yeah. So you're going to watch. You can't get on the stage like U.S. matches. You can walk on the stage and kind of air gun. What am I going to do? In an international match, you don't do that. IPSC, there's no access to the stage, the shooting area, before you shoot. Before your time, like, hey, we read you the brief. Here's your 3 to 5 minutes or 4 minutes. And then you walk the stage. So you want your plan to be like nailed down before you get to your stage brief. So you're going to go watch the pre-match, watch the people shooting in the pre-match, and see what they're doing, like where are they taking that set of targets from, because you can't always tell.
Yeah.
So you have to do a lot of legwork and have everything really set so that when you get you've read the walkthrough, they've read the brief, you're doing the walkthrough, that you have like, hey, I'm just going, am I going to go to this spot or where's my foot going? You're kind of picking out your landmarks. Like,
Are you ever required to go offhand? So are you?
oh yeah,
ready?
yeah.
Or-
So you're saying like weak shoulder?
Yeah.
So sometimes they can't
Joe,
in
weak
IPSC
shoulder is what it's called.
require-
Sorry.
Or they'll say strong side, support side.
Yeah.
They can't actually, but the rule set require like you're going to go weak shoulder or weak side. But they can structure the stage so that you're going to have to, because you won't
Forces
hit
you
it.
to
Right.
adapt.
Oh, I think you touched on that a little bit. Yeah, you
yeah.
can't always take your strong shoulder shot.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
every shot.
Yeah. So sometimes, sometimes the thing will, and the U.S. often will have matches where they will very much dictate what you're doing, because you could go strong eye, weak shoulder, right? To get kind of a little less, if you don't have to lean extremely, but a lot of times you're going to have to weak shoulder. And
What's your strong eye? Your right one?
well, your dominant eye.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Yeah.
For
you.
me,
Yeah.
when I'm shooting pistol, this is my dominant eye. When I'm shooting, because this is my dominant eye.
Oh, okay.
Because I've got damage to my retina, and anyhow, so I use my right eye for rifle and shotgun, and then pistol, I'm generally shooting left.
That is why.
Well, it is-
You use two.
It leads to a little bit of like,
It does,
Yeah.
but I thought about you when we were doing the mile shot at the
Yes.
Selmar
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I realized that day that my left eye was my dominant eye.
Okay.
And on the rifle, it was weird.
Yeah, you have to go right.
I couldn't get my left eye.
Now, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
So when I did this damage to my eye, I was about 5 years old. And it wasn't until I was in college that they discovered what was going on. Because our rifle coach took us to an eye doctor that did the eyes for the Chicago Bulls at the time. And then we had to stand in this like box and hit this light wall. And like as they lit up, hit them.
Oh, yeah.
But from like
I
a
know that one.
specific
Yep.
distance. And when I did it, they're like, oh, you did that as fast as Michael Jordan. That's cool. And I was like, great. Now tell me why I can't see out of this eye. And so they're looking and they're like, well, you have a scar in your retina. When I was little, I looked at an eclipse. I was 5, right? You know, like poke the hole in the paper, watch the shadow. I was 5. I poked the hole in the paper and I looked at it. So I have like an empty space. So when I look at say a vertical stadia on a rifle reticle, if there's like half hash, full hash, I can generally see the full hash, but the half hash is like an empty space.
Wow.
So I'm kind of like playing a puzzle game. So with that, I have tried over the years to shoot left-handed rifle. Like when I'm zeroing and I'm prone and I'm in a bag or a bipod in a bag and a rear bag, and I do it and I'm like, my trigger control with my right finger is so superior with my right hand. Because I've had decades of shooting rifle right-handed. So,
See, and I wonder for me, because I haven't,
yeah.
right? I haven't shot that much to really...
So maybe it's worth exploring.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to...
I hit, by the way, first try, mile target.
With your left or right eye?
With my right eye.
With your right eye.
Yeah.
Good deal.
It was good, though. I saw the teamwork in that. That was cool.
A little bit because I think it's cool that you can say, me and Michael Jordan have the
Yeah.
same eye doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying champions.
Yeah,
walk amongst
listen, we
champions.
train together. We see the same people.
It was pretty fun. It was a neat thing to get to do as a kid, you know?
I
Like,
bet.
So, just jump back to competition. How much are you actually shooting in a day? Like shoot.
oh,
you know?
at the competition.
Yeah, at the competition.
Oh, so if it's 1 long, 2 medium, 3 short, you're shooting 30, 36, 40, 50, like maybe 100, 110 rounds a day.
Okay.
Because a long course is up to 32 rounds. A medium course is like up to 20, maybe.
Okay.
They're usually like 16 to 20, and a short course is like 10 to 12 rounds.
Okay.
And what's the time span? Like how?
It depends. So like, how is it staged up? I mean, a short course with 10 rounds, you could have a 7-second course, you know?
Yeah.
Like you could have it. So it's all hit factor. So it's points divided by time.
Yeah.
So you're trying, you're trying to get alphas. We'll have some buckshot, some slugs for shotgun this time. So so you're trying to get accurate shots, get all the points you can, but as fast as you can. And then
There's a lot of mechanics involved.
there is. And then you'll see, I mean, there's math.
Yeah.
There was a stage at our last World Shoot in Thailand where a lot of people, it was like, shoot an activator, shoot this, and there were some flying clays, but everyone did the math and they said, it is not worth even trying for those flying clays. I mean, unless you're sure you're going to hit them or you're going for like, I'm going to be the winner. Because the math for most people works out that you're better off to just get your hits on what you can get your
more
hits
points
on.
for the time. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
And that also comes back to like stage design. So if the people that are designing the stages are thinking through things correctly, they're going to structure it so that you're forced to take all the shots, not just game the math.
Do you have to take into account weather conditions? there?
Unless it's lightning, and you're shooting. So
That's cool.
so it can be kind of a grind when it's really wet or really like Thailand was humid and hot. I silicone carbided like my whole gun.
Yeah.
Wow. So we can essentially call Becky Wick.
Oh, yeah. Train out same facility as MJ.
Yeah. I mean,
Superstar status.
So because our podcast is designed to bring people into the space and funnel them in, what are some tips and advice you give? I'm just going to say overarching people as a whole.
Okay.
But focus on young ladies because we are big on empowerment and amplifying the voices that we believe deserve that. What are some tips and advices you'd give to anybody trying to get in? And then, I guess one notch above that, young ladies.
Okay, so if you just want to get into competition, I would say get online and start looking for ranges and matches. Like try a league night. I think we talked about some of this when we were at SHOT, but really try to find something local, and then a low-key match. Like, don't go, I'm going to go to the state championship. Just try a local monthly pistol match. You could do steel challenge because that doesn't even require a holster.
Yep.
So if you're someone who's like, I want to try this, but I have no gear, I just have a gun and some ammo. I just bumped your camera.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Just take your pistol. You can even shoot a 22 in steel challenge. And some people won't call it steel challenge. It'll be like falling steel match because they have it. It's sort of like a, what do you want to call it, franchise. So they're just falling steel. So find a really easy match and go to it.
What can someone expect from the atmosphere?
It's usually pretty darn helpful. I mean, most people are not, they want new shooters. They want their sport to grow. They want to welcome people in. So if you're uncertain, just call ahead and say, hey, I'm a new shooter and I'm going to come do this. It'll be my first time. Can you put me with people who will help me? And they usually will.
Because new shooters are nervous. Like, we've noticed the more we talk with people, a lot of the questions that we ask, eventually, what was it like when you were coming into the space? And there's always that sense of like, and then, what am I doing? And then we all agree that this is arguably the most welcoming space. All you gotta do is say,
really is.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And before you know it, somebody is like, hey, I can help you.
Yeah.
Right? So that's really cool. Even to know that even trickles down to the competition level.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Well, I think it's, sorry, I didn't.
No,
I think it's also like amazing to see. It's one of the most real-time things we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, my daughter-in-law came out to the range with us, and it was her first pistol she bought at the gun show.
Shout out Ann.
Shout out Ann, J-Dog,
Shout out
my
my boy
daughter-in-law,
J-Dog.
Big Brown. And it was cool just to see, because this is like the second time we brought another guy to an influencer event.
Okay.
It was his first time ever being around firearms.
That's
And he
awesome.
was like so intimidated at first to that switch went off and you realize, oh man, I can do this.
Yeah.
It's not that scary. These people will talk to me. They'll help me.
Yeah.
He was like, yo. And the same thing with her. I could see, like you said, she had some nerves, which is okay. But she was very, like, as the day progressed, you could see her getting more comfortable until she was just like, oh yeah, this is cool. I like this.
And I think that's, from beginners to even more experienced people. I was working with a Marine Corps officer last week who she wants to get a little more proficient with firearms. But she was like a nationally ranked tennis player. And her husband was kind of joking. He's another Marine Corps officer. And he's joking like, can you just put a tennis racket in her hand?
Didn't you make a post?
Yeah. Shout out to Millie. But so we did, and I didn't really tell her how I was going to do it because I didn't really have a plan. But I was like, let's just make this organic. I don't want to force it and like stage a video. But he said this, and I'm like, it's worth doing. So put the tennis racket in her hand. But first I had her move with the rifle. I said, all right, you shoot this and then move over there. And she did it, and I videoed it, and I said, all right, take this tennis racket, go do it. And then she did it, and it like, my video is pretty short, but her movement, she didn't have to be told, when you get into position, don't stop and then raise up. Just stay where you are. You have that, like, absorb that momentum, kind of like just come to a more compressed position, and then just shoot from there. So then I give her the rifle back, and she moves like she did with the tennis racket. Yeah, way better. And then it was like a light bulb went off in her head because I had like a 2.5 minute video, and she just goes, and this, and she just like, it clicked.
It's so cool to see that.
And
it's
I said,
amazing.
I think the thing that I want you to take away from this, I was telling her, is you can do this. You've got this. It's not like there's some secret recipe or like information, or you're going to have to do, years of training. Like, yeah, there's some things that you're going to get better after years of doing it, but most people are capable of doing these things. It's just like focus on like attention to detail and really understanding what am I doing, and that it's a sport, right? Yeah. If we're doing the action stuff, it's a physical sport. So move your body like you were in any sport.
Mm-hmm. Hey, serve, it, pull.
All right, so let's change pace a little bit.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, no. First, what's your everyday carry?
We have like this bamboo bin
This is great. She's like, what am I carrying today?
No. Usually it's like, okay, I have an LC9.
Nice.
I have an LCP. I have, the boys have a couple, like there's an M&P or two. Okay. There's some SIG. So it's just kind of like what I want that day. It might depend on what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Might depend on whether I'm carrying maybe a fanny pack.
Yeah.
I'll carry that often.
Damn, imagine someone tries to.
They don't know.
They don't know. She's like, world competition.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, So it's really funny. I don't want to interrupt what you were gonna say.
No. I know. I'm listening. Yeah.
We're just being idiots.
No, so we carry it's a variety. And if I'm going on a road trip, I have a Glock with an extended base
go.
mag. It holds
Yep.
23 rounds, and it's got an optic and it's got a light, and that's in my car.
We gotta give Becky an extendo, like a
Oh, man, it should be-
imagine.
Yeah.
Break yourself.
But what I was going to say is there was somebody that was speaking yesterday, and they were talking about carrying that. It was a female, and she was like, she had never carried before. She bought a carry gun, and she felt so much safer, and all this worry that she didn't know she had. And she goes, but now I can take care of myself. And I'm like, this is true. You can address the situation. But you also have to understand, like, what are the repercussions of whether I have to do that or not? Like, what do I have to consider legally if I
Yeah.
have to use this or not? And that there's so much more to it than just I've got a gun and
Yeah, I stopped the
Yeah.
threat if
Right.
that happens.
KD,
Yeah.
because KD,
Yeah, we talked
Kevin
about that.
Dixie, he was on
okay.
Yesterday.
yesterday, but he was saying like a lot of people think it just stops there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
When you decide to pull your
Yeah.
firearm,
Right.
you got to think about all the consequences.
Sure.
You might very well end up in prison.
Yes.
And
Then you
beyond
gotta
that,
think, what I might have to deal with in prison.
right.
he
and-
was talking about before that.
De-escalation.
Right? De-escalation,
Correct.
Yeah.
communication.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. And do I put myself in that situation even? And I
Yeah.
think like if you can not have to de-escalate something, just don't go there.
Yeah.
I got to go do something with CCW Safe last year.
Nice.
And it was really, really great information. And if you want, getting some of them on your podcast would be awesome because they have people who have worked all the different aspects on the legal side of concealed carry
Yep.
and the repercussions. Like there's a gal she was a DA, she was a cop, she was I
Yep.
think a prosecutor as well. But they'll tell you the system isn't designed to protect you. And if you have to use it, you're going to get arrested in handcuffs.
Yeah.
And so you have to really come to terms with that and have a plan. Like they have some amazing insurance. For me, it was like, they'd help me with TSA if I had an issue because that's part of their service, their offer.
Yep.
And what is the most likely thing I'm going to run into? It's traveling with firearms and did a round
Yeah.
not make it out of my, bag that.
Yeah.
So anyhow, there's like so much more to it than just what gun do I carry and how do I carry it and
Yeah.
That's a
am I
great.
willing-
Yeah, those are great
Yeah.
points. Yeah, grab some. You got an air horn? Yeah, definitely. Can't just do one air horn.
Yeah, I know. I just did a few.
Jeez.
Did a few. I'm not the DJ, bro.
Wow.
You're
You got the
DJ.
soundboard over there.
You got it. You can
I
reach
don't-
your little T-Rex arms.
But so you guys asked really specifically about females and like info for them.
Yep.
So like, competition, get in something very easy, like low key, steel challenge or a local match or something like that. But when it comes to like concealed carry and stuff, I think seeking more actual instruction from people who have the right information, not just like, hey, this guy's on Facebook or this guy's,
There's a lot of
And
Yeah, there's
claims
a
to
lot.
be an instructor.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like really seek out qualified instruction,
Yeah.
qualified advice, and understand the legal aspects of what you're doing. And I mean, even if it's just like I'm going to own a gun to go compete, make sure it's legal for where you are.
Sure.
Because we do have a lot of people in some crazy states that
Yeah.
are limited in what they can own. You know.
Cool. So let's switch
What you
space.
got?
We're here at the
I
last
know.
few minutes. Really quick, what is Becky Yackley listening to when she's training? What's your top 5 artists or songs?
I probably pull up a bit of Metallica.
Dude, the third Metallica mention today.
At least it's not YouTube fame.
Oh, man,
Oh
my boy's
my
throwing you
gosh,
two
no.
right under the bus.
No, that genre. I don't know. And then sometimes I'll pull up. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on what it was. When we went to Sweden, there was this. I'm gonna call it techno. I'll figure it out and I'll message you what it was. But yeah, I might have a little bit of that like
that. There's
funk
nothing
kind
wrong-
of stuff
yeah.
going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Because if you're out there and you're cold, like it's cold where I live, you don't want to warm up. You want something to get
That's
you
not
going.
cold.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is frigid.
Yeah, frigid.
Yeah, cold
Yeah.
is like us. It's 50
It gets 50
in
degrees, yeah.
the- But yeah.
You got the big coat, thick coats on.
So where can people find you again?
So BeckyYackley.com or Becky Yackley on Instagram, and I feel like Instagram's just friendlier.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
absolutely.
Like the sharing
Yeah,
is
yeah.
more
Yeah.
natural. But yeah, on Facebook too, same
Awesome.
Becky Yackley.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, America. it's
America,
been another
thank you.
amazing episode.
Tip of the cap
Becky.
to Becky.
Thank you for being on our show again. And
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, seriously.
make sure you like, share, subscribe. Go get you a firearm. Go get you some
Yeah,
training.
empower,
Empower yourself and have fun, man. And not everything has to be serious.
No.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
It does not.
Fun,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's it.
thanks for everything.
Thanks for everything.
Bye, guys.
Bye.